Alright, hey, what's up guys? So in this video I will show you guys how to design and edit the title page in short form contents, okay? But first let's talk about what is title page, okay? So title page is usually the first 2 to 3, maybe 4 seconds of the video, which would including the title, right? The text title, and then you guys would include some sort of like images or some animation right after to hook people into watching your video. But there's many ways you can do it, but I am going to show you the main way and probably the most basic way that you can do it. And then once you master the basic, then you can move on to do more advanced stuff. Okay, so let me show you guys some example of what is the title scene. Okay, so title scene is something like this.
Team now, and across all my businesses, we're doing around $1 million a month.
As you can see here, the title summarize what is video is going to be about, right? Think about it as like a thumbnail for YouTube, kind of like that, right? But we don't have thumbnail in short form content, so we kind of need that title scene to get the job done, right? As you can see, we have the title, the text, and then we have some assets, which is the money kind of flowing around to represent the ideas, right? Let's see like different one. Let me find a good one like this one as well.
This secret website gives you unlimited stock footage,
Assets
sound
right here, assets and some type of text
graphic, image, and even music to use in your video. And it's complete.
right, something like that or something like this is a good example.
You know that your content idea is good, but your video is still stuck at 200 views.
Like something like that. You can see it's quite simple to do, so I'll try to do more advanced stuff, but I just want to break down kind of like the why I do some certain thing, right? I don't want to show you guys something and just copy and paste, because that's not gonna work for in the long term. So I want to show you guys breakdown exactly why I did some certain thing and how you can do it for yourself. Okay, so first thing, let's go to the video. Creating good content is not a rocket science. It's actually way easier than you think. So let's pretend this one is a hook. So the hook is 6 seconds long. Creating, right? So first step that I really want to do when I want to design the whole title page is first I need to center the speaker, right? I need to make sure that the speaker is right in the center and his eyes level is aligned with our guideline. Okay, so let me bring our guideline in real quick, and if you want it, I will make sure you put it in the description. Just go and find it. It should be somewhere there. Let's see where it's it. Material. Yep, this is the one I'm gonna be using. Just like that. So then we can drag it on. Now you can see here where everything's supposed to be in the short form content. As you can see here, my eyes is a little bit too high, so I have to bring it down a little bit to get it to be on that level. And it doesn't have to be exactly on that, but I think ideally it has to be on like that. Okay, so eyes level is clear, and then the next one is the center line. So you also want to make sure that your subject or the speaker is right in the center of the video, because if it's not, then it's gonna look off balance. A couple ways you can do this, right? Because you can see here, this one kind of too much to the left, so I have to move back to right a little bit like that. But sometimes when you speak, right, your head move, all that stuff, so it might not be in the center at all time. I think this one to the left too much, so let's put it in back here. Creating good content is not a rocket science. It's actually way easier than you think, right? So ideally, the nose and eye, the spot here have to be around this cross line, and then you guys should be good to go. It's not that difficult. So then once you're done with this, let's see, creating we're done with this. Good content is not a rocket science. It's actually way easier than you think. Right, looking pretty good to me. The next step, I want to add some adjustment layers and add CC when you're into it. Okay, CC. Yeah, right. So then this would create some sort of shadow around the edge of the screen like this. As you can see, if I pull it up, you can see it get really dark like that. Right, we don't want to get too dark. Okay, of course we don't want to get too dark. I think some here is good. You guys might think it's a little bit too dark, but you know what, once you add some sort of assets, more text, it's gonna pop. So trust me. Creating good content So adjustment layers is done. The next step, I want to add new object. Okay, new object, we're gonna use this one to control the arrow. We don't want to add the keyframe into the arrow itself. I always want to parents the arrow to new object, and then we can actually go from there. So let's move the anchor point up a little bit to the eyes, like eyes level. Oh, I skipped something. So to do that, by the way, to do that, you want to press Y on your keyboard. So press Y. Oops. Command Y maybe. No, it's not. What is it? What did I click even? I forgot. Command Shift Y maybe. What is this? Y. Huh? Did I forget how to do it? I literally did it before, but you know what? Oh, there we go. So it's already changed. So I have to be in here so I can see it. I wonder why I couldn't see it, but yeah. You can press Y and then to change your mouse to look something like that. And then with that change, we want to grab on an anchor point, like little dot here, drag it up, make sure to hold shift to make sure it goes straight up in the center like this, and then move it up until you hit the eyes levels and then stop. Okay, so what it does is when you zoom in now, so you parents this one with new object. So when you zoom in, it's gonna remain the same spot, remain the same eyes level as you can see here. I turn it on, and then if I zoom in, the eyes level still remain the same, right? If you put this one in the middle, right, however, this one put back in the middle really quick, so around here, right, when you zoom it in, you zoom into his neck, right? You zoom into his neck, and then when you speak to someone, you don't really look at the person's neck, you look at their eyes, you look at their face, right? That's why I always want to maintain the face and the eyes at the same spot so people can actually keep focus on them and doesn't lose any retention. Okay, creating good content is not a rocket science. It's actually way easier than you think. So now you have to turn your brain on a little bit. Okay, so now it's time to analyze what being said in the video, because our job as a video editor is not just adding some animation on the screen. Our job is also understand the story, understand the topic, and then be able to break those down into small chunks and then represent those ideas with whatever you want. Could be animation, text, images, video, right? But you need to be able to understand that first, because if you don't understand how to connect like the topic of the video or what the speaker is talking about to your editing gonna look like it's not going to support the video as well. Okay, so you have to make sure to do that. And the way to do it for me, I like to pick out the keywords. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. Creating good content is not a rocket science. It's actually way easier than you think. So let me just pull up my note really quick. Let's create new notes really quick. So what I say here is just creating good content is not a rocket science. Whoops. It's actually way easier than you think. Okay, so this is basically the hook, the script that we have. So I have to bring it out a little bit so I can break it down for you guys, right? So creating good content is not rocket science, actually is. Now you have to pick out the keywords, okay? So to do that, you want to look for the most important thing, or one of the most important things in a sentence. I would say first is good content or the contents, right? Right, good contents. I think we can highlight that one out. So let's just copy it out, okay? And let's put it here. So good content, that's the keywords. It's not, I would say rocket science, that's also a keyword as well, because that's kind of like the boosting words, or words that actually are like the sentence. No, it's the words that actually make the video sound a little more interesting. Okay, so it's actually, I would say, way easier than you think. So that's kind of like the keyword I could pick it out. Good content, rocket science, way easier. Okay, you can add is not just for the reminder. Is not, I just put in the bracket right there. So it's not rocket science, to remind myself that, hey, I'm not saying that creating good content is a rocket science. right? So somehow I forgot about that sometime, but yeah. So good contents is not rocket science. Way easier than you think, right? Because you can't connect. You cannot really just represent the whole idea by itself, right? You need to be able to break it down to small chunks, like I'm doing right now, and then with those you can mix them together and show the idea even better. So we have good contents. Take a screenshot here real quick. We're gonna bring it into our After Effects so we can actually be able to see it when we edit the video, right? Make our job a lot easier. Put a note here. So good contents, rocket science, way easier. So now our job is to tie this whole idea together. How can I show, first of all, good contents that is kind of related to rocket science and make it seem so easy? Okay, these are the 3 tasks that you have to think about as a video editor. How can I do it? Okay, so now let's actually start first. Creating good content. I always like to start with the title because title is pretty much the most important thing in the title page, okay? Because people would read that and then would assume what is going to happen next in the video, and if the title is not good, people might not get hooked to watch, right? So let's add something into it like good content is not. We can go like going viral is not a rocket science. You can try that. So going viral is not. Right, and then let's do 2 line here. I usually like to do 2 line. I don't really do 3 line. 3 line is a little too much. And then when I do 2 line, I want to have one which is the sub headline, and then the one is the headlines. Right, we're gonna talk about it in just a bit. So going viral is not rocket science. I think it's so sign wrong, but okay, should be right now. Okay, so put in the middle like this. Make sure everything is in the center. Don't eyeballs everything. Okay, don't be like, oh, I think it's center, right? No, use the alignment tool here to make sure it's center. I've seen so many editors who just say, hey, you know what? Let me just eyeballs it and hopefully it's in the middle, right? It's just, that's not gonna cut it. Okay. So now let's change some fonts to, let's see what I want. Damagotic. Let's go with that one. Let's go with bold, and let's also have in the middle. So going viral might have to be on the top. Sit on top like this. Might have to scale it up a little bit, and then put it here. The store. Can change this one. Going viral. So going viral. Okay, that's gonna be what people want the most. So this is gonna be headline, by the way. So headline is usually gonna be bigger, thicker, and easier to read than sub headlines. Okay, so let me scale it up a little bit. So let's put some headline that most people want, which is going viral. Okay, and by the way, you know, going viral is definitely, it would help the business, but it's not what kind of would help generate more revenue based on my experience. But yeah, it is what it is. So going viral is not a rocket science. Going viral is not a rocket. That's too long. No, was it too long? Let's try and read it first. Okay, not trying to jump into everything, but it's not a rocket science. Pretty good. Okay. Going viral is not a rocket science. That's pretty good. So as you can see, we have text. Okay, we have text on the scene right now. So good content, it's not gonna touch yet. This one is gonna be for mostly for animation and for the stuff that we do afterwards. Okay, so title, we have going viral. Going viral, this one is the headline, right? And it's not a rocket science, that's a sub headlines. Okay, quite simple, and you definitely can see that. I would change the color a little bit. Going viral, I might change it to red because that's my brand colors basically. So let's go with this kind of red. Look really good. I'm not gonna go into that much detail into like, you know, doing all that. Let me see. Let's go with more red here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do too much of that effects or like editing yet. Just put everything in place first, then we can go off. And going around is not a rocket sign. Now in this of rocket and the contents, how can I represent that together, right? Let me think. Good contents is not a rocket sign. Perhaps we can use some video. Let's see. Because like I'm trying to like you can actually add like the rocket on the right side and then adding the contents like the content icon on the left side and do two things separately. But it's kind of I don't mind doing that, but then I think it's a better way to make those things together and represent as one, right? So that's what I always do first. I don't just think, hey, let me add more stuff into it. I think, hey, if I want to add more stuff into it, can I mix with already existing assets or stuff on my seed? Right? Can I do that? Right? And if I answer yes, I can talk about how can you do that. Okay, so going viral is not a rocket sign. Perhaps have some rocket popping in here. Let's see. Okay, by the way, using the guideline here as well, that would help you a lot too. Yeah, that's what I want to say. With too high, as you can see here, the caption should be a bit lower, or like the text in general should be a bit lower. So I'm gonna lower down a little bit here, so in the caption zone, and now we have some space left here in that kind of little bigger box here to use it for our animation. As you can see, this box right here, we have the space. Let's see, going viral is not a rocket sign. Yeah, and this what take time, right? This what take time. Like most of the time when you edit the video, what take time is not about clicking, adding effects. It's about how you process those ideas, process of thought, and be able to take action and make it happen in the software, right? Let's see, getting viral is not a rocket science. You know what? Let's just start doing stuff and then it will come. That's kind of what I believe in. Like just do it first, do it first and then kind of mixing together, kind of play around with it a little bit and see what's up. Oops, that's a wrong. I didn't mean to use that one, but here we go. Let's search up rockets. Ooh, this one kind of ugly. Maybe. Should I? Kind of look. I don't know. You have to be kind of creative with it too, right? Can I, like, if I don't want to use it, how can I use it as a transition coming in, coming out, something like that? I have to think about it, open more a bit as well, because I was thinking earlier that, excuse me, if I could have the rocket kind of fly past at the start to actually have some sort of like animation coming in, you can actually use that as well. You know what? Let me do it, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. Okay, so let's use this one. You know what? I could use the iPhone emoji. So Apple emoji. Let's see. Can find out like emoji from here, which is pretty sick. There we go. I want that rocket right there. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, I need this one. So let's just save image and let's pop this one in our After Effects. Boom. Pretty high quality. Okay, so let me just explain a little ideas behind it a little bit. Okay, so my idea is that transition in and then rocket gonna fly across like that. I think that would be pretty sick. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, make sure this one is bigger. First of all, cover everything. And then we can also touch up on masking a little bit as well. So okay, actually with this I want to mask out the flame here as well, because I want to add my own flame into it and make sure it looks like it's actually like, you know, something going on at the end. So I'm gonna mask it out first and can go on the next step. Okay, let's see. Slowly mask it out. There we go. Okay, should be easy job now. No, no, dude. Okay, that's okay. Let's do it again. All right, move it just like that, and then click inwards. Okay, now you have some clean looking emoji that you can use without any frame. I would make sure some adjustment a little bit, just make sure it look a little nice. Add some fader, slightly. I might kind of shrink it down a little bit, and then tone down. That's good, because when I add flame, is you cannot tell anyways. Okay, so let's put this one in the middle really quick, just like that. And then I will actually pre-compose this one first. So let's pre-compose it. Let's call it rocket. Okay. And let's see, add some frame that shoot out behind it, right? Let's see, where can we get that? Do I have it already? Let's search up first if I already have it. I don't think I will have it, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think I would have it. Oh, I do, but let's try it out first. Let's see how it go. I don't think it will fit really well with the thing, but this one, fire POV. It kind of look goofy, but ooh, this is a good one. I like the fire here. I like the skull. Okay, but let me show you how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use that one actually. Okay, so let's go with that one. Let's bring it into our After Effects. Put it here. All right, what we want to do, let's stack this one back, and let's go down. I'm just gonna hide it. Hopefully you can do a good job of like hiding that face, right? We don't want to have the face kind of popping out in the back of our rocket. That's gonna look really weird. I can see here still popping out. So I'm gonna mask it out nicely. Probably go down here and up. Boom. And then click M to open a mask, and then click inward again. Should work the same. Now we have left with the frame. Okay, might make it a bit smaller. Back. Okay, so now I have some frame going on, but it doesn't look really realistic just yet. So what I need to do, I might have to do change some color. So let's apply some Lumetri color into it, and then I'm gonna play around with the brightness, the saturation a little bit, and see what can I do to kind of match that. Let's go into half. I think what's missing is a little bit more yellow, so I just love to just experiment it, just slide it out, up. Let's see how it look. Let's change to 0. Temperature. Yeah, like that. So like kind of orange-ish. That's cool too. That's cool. Okay, what now? Let's do something like this, and then let's add some drop shadow. I want to see if I add drop shadow, it would help with that to blend everything in. Shadow only. Let's go here, and then let's turn to full so we can see everything and see how it look. And let's apply some. It wouldn't work. What we can do is, since we have here, I think once we apply some glowing into it, it's gonna blend in together, or at least that's what I hope. So add some deep glow into it. Boom. Not too bad. Not too bad. Go across that. Would be pretty sick. Creating good content is not a rocket. Okay, so we have rocket sign already right here, kind of moving right, left and right, which is cool. So let's keep it here, out here first. Then the next thing I like to do, let's creating, and then let's go around 25 frame. Let's go to new object and then click keyframe on scale. Let's go to the first frame and then let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna have some subtle zoom out at the start of the video. I like to do that to kind of get audience to engage a little bit and kind of get their focus onto the video. And with the speed ramp, I want to start out really fast and then slow down at the end. Creating good, just like that. Okay. Also, you would want to parent this one to the text to new object as well, so actually move it together. Like creating that, good, which is pretty cool. Creating good content. Creating good content is. So here, I would need the rocket to be here. Right, so I set position. Let's go back, and then, oh, that's gonna be a tough one. Also, make sure that I'll just parent this one to new object as well, so just make my job a lot easier. This one I'm gonna move to the left, just like that. Creating good, not bad. So I have rocket coming in. Same thing. I think speed ramp have to be the same, right? So let's do the same thing here. Left. Let's add some motion blur into it as well. Creating good. Creating good. Smaller. Creating good content. Slower. Creating good content. Too slow. Creating good content. I think let's do the first second. Why not? Creating good. So coming in, can't even see it. Okay. Creating good content. Creating good content. Then you might want, I need to mask this one out, so match with it. So I'm gonna actually pre-compose it. Actually, I've got a pretty smart way to do it. Let's see. Let's move this one back to the left as well. A little bit. I don't want them to see it yet. Creating good. Okay, so let's do something like this. Let's add some shape here, right? Add some shape here. Okay. Right where the tick is gonna be. Make it a bit bigger. And make sure it is right here. That should be okay. And then also parent this one with no object 1, and then also track map the text to that shape. And then okay, this one, let me think. What will we go to rocket? Creating good. Not bad. I might need this one to expand a little bit, so then actually keep track with the thing. And see, creating good. Now it's pretty simple. It's really fast though. I didn't notice it, but yeah, that's how you can do it. creating good creating good creating good con creating good con- all right, pretty simple stuff. Contents, creating good transition in. Now we take out the rocket sign, we check it out, we show off that ideas. Then let's see, good content. Now I have to show off the good contents. I think that's quite simple. Let's see, good contents. Going viral is not. Creating good contents is not a rocket science. Let's remove the notes here real quick because I think I already know what I'm gonna working on today. So, bro, not rocket sign. Now I need something under the text, right? Could be something like a shape layers, right? Show off the ideas a little bit of. And then perhaps make it round. Can see. Right, so you need some title and some visual to represent the ideas. Okay, so here. Okay, keep it simple for now. I might even have to pre-compose this one first. Let's see. All right, so we back. I just took some break, but yeah. So let's continue and let's finish this one up with some sort of visual. Okay, so when it comes to visual, I'll probably create some card here and then perhaps do some sort of like a play button to show off the ideas of what's that thing called, video, right? Let's do that and let's search up play so we can get some play button here. Even better, let's use the Reels. So Reels logo. Please be PNG. Okay. So we can actually show off the idea a little bit more accurate. You can use TikTok, use Reel, it doesn't really matter. This one quite clean, so I'm gonna use that. Let's see. Do I use this one? Well, I don't need that. I don't need it big though. That's the thing, right? I don't need it like huge, right? Let's go with this one instead. Let's see. Hopefully, then I didn't get tricked. Hopefully, it's actual PNG. Okay, it's actual PNG. Let's fill it up with reds. Again, we're gonna be going back on the color that we use. We're not gonna use too many colors in a video, as you guys know. If you guys watched my video before, I only use 3 colors. So first, the color of your choice, which I choose red in this color. It's most of the time it's gonna be your brand colors. The second one would be white color and black color, and then you mix those 3 things together, and then you just create a video that look coherence when it comes to colors, right? So let's boom, just like that. Let's create in full actually, so we can actually see what's going on. That's really nice. Then let's add some drop shadow. Make sure it has some depth, make it pop a little bit. That's good. Let's see, with and without. Okay, that's look a little more depth for me. I like that. Then let's parent this one to the shape layers, so you can see where from. Now I have to represent the idea of like good video. I might have some graph kind of popping in the back or something, showing like the thing go up. Let's see, or some light kind of popping up. We will see, right? But first, let's turn this one to 3D. Oops, turn to 3D, and let's add some light sweep first. CC light sweep on this thing right here. So when it comes to light sweep, what I usually focus on is not really the light sweep itself. I focus on the edge more, right? So in the middle, I don't really like to add anything, and then I just like to just focus on the edge because that kind of create depth and create some sort of, illusion that is actually has some depth into it, which I like. So let's duplicate it and let's add one more into it. Let's do it this side and then let's change the angle here. I don't mind that. And let's turn this one to smooth mode, then smooth, and then perhaps crank up something like that to create some of that texture, like kind of reflect texture just a little bit, so we can have something to play with that doesn't look flat. Okay, so now we have that. Let's kind of animate it in really quick. So I'm gonna tilt this one here. That's odd. Tilt it. I don't want it to be kind of in the middle like that. So yeah, so we tilt it up like that, and then let's add a keyframe on position and orientation, and let's move it down here, and let's set orientation to 0. Which one did I say? Yeah, let's change it to 0. With this guy, change it to 0 of them, 0, 0, 0, and then move this one all the way down. Show here. Make sure add some sort of motion blur, and then let's do some sort of keyframe. Let's speed ramp like this. Creating good content, and then this one come up. Creating good content. Let's go in half so we can play it back a little bit. Creating good content. Creating good content is not. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So rocket come out, this one start coming in. Don't mind that. Contents. One thing I like to do as well is to make sure this one is floating. So you can do like, with the plug in Mr. Horse, but let me show you how to do the freeway in After Effects. So in the effect and preset, just type in wiggle. Okay. Wiggle and go to wiggle position, add into it. And let's see, scale. Let's change like 10 or something. Oops. No. I don't really use it often. Oh, there we go. Speed and wiggle. So I usually change to 0.7. And for the wiggle amount, I go around 30. And let's see how it looks. Good content is not a rocket science. It's actually way easier than... that's interesting. And you think. This one doesn't move with it. So I'm going to do a little different now. So we're going to remove this. And then let's just use Mr. Horse to do so. Okay, let's see. Let's go with this one. Apply into it. So now I can see it move a little bit, but that's move a little too much. So change to 10, and then the guy would give more dynamic. Getting good content is not a rocket science. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So I have the visual. Now I have the visual of the content, right? Now I have to show up good contents, right? How can I show that it is good, right? What make content good? So I keep thinking about it. What make content good? I think the like, the share, all that stuff would make stuff really good. So how can I represent the ideas? How can I represent the ideas? So I was thinking I have some graph unders. Getting good content is not a rocket. Let's also cut it here as well. Creating good content is not a rocket science. What if we have multiple of them? Let's see. I want to see how it look. Multiple of them. But what if we just do something like this? 3 of them now is too much. There's no point, right? When you want to add something on the screen, you gotta ask yourself why, right? You have to have intention in everything you do, right? You don't want to add something in because you think it look cool, or it might, wow the audience, right? If you think it's gonna wow the audience, if you think it's gonna like look cool, ask yourself again, why would it look cool? Why would the audience like this, right? So keep asking yourself why, and then I'm sure like you guys will actually take some time a little bit, think about why would I add this, and most of the time you would find that some stuff you don't even need to add it in the first place. It's just more like distraction and more like a fluff that add into the video. Okay. Creating good content is not a rocket science. It's actually way easier than you think. Rocket science. So I mean, we have all the components, like we have the basic down, but now I want to nail down that small detail. Let's try some graph. Yeah, let's try some graph in the back. I think that might look pretty good as well. So let's try some graph. So graph gonna go up, down, up, up. Make the graph look a little good, you know. Okay, make sure it's in the center. Right, and then put one behind. Let's make sure the stroke is on and then turn off the fill. You have the graph here. Not bad, not bad. Let's make it red or something. Red colors on the stroke. Or you can just color pick the fronts color like that. So we have coherence and consistent color throughout the video, which kind of important here. And then let's also have the shape layer here with the drop shadow. Let's see, has some drop shadow into it. You can see here a little drop shadow coming in here to make sure it's kind of depth and make sure it's pop it up a little bit. So shape layer, let's change the butt cap a little bit. So you can see here it's kind of cut off like this. Let's go with round. Yeah, round look way better. And let's animate it. To animate the line or animate the stroke, right? What you have to do is you have to go to add, right? Click open, click add, and then add trim pad into it. Okay, and then you would want to click open, trim pad again, and then here you find the end, right? So now it's 100%. Click here, set to 0, right? So now you can see that kind of follow, set to 0, and then when you want it to come in fully, just set it to 100, just like that. And just speed ramp, usual stuff. Content is not a rocket science. Content is not a rocket science. Something like this. Creating good content is not a rocket science. So it's actually way easier than you think. So that is it, right? I tie every idea together. Have rocket science coming in. We have the content and have the good content. That's easy. Okay. So yeah, actually not a. I was thinking about if you can turn it to green to make sure it look like change the color to make it look good. But I think in this video I want to stay with red and make sure everything consistent. But yeah, I think everything is checked out and I think everything looked really good. I think what it left here, add some sort of effects into it, perhaps could be some sort of like deep glow, some sort of like drop shadow, and everything would come to life nicely. But we have all the basic down already. Okay, now it's just fun time. Okay, so let's add some deep glow, just like that. You can see here that this doesn't really work well, so just increase it up. Let's see if it's still. Ooh, be careful that. I can see it get quite harsh. That's why you want to watch back the video. So with this, I'm gonna fix it with adding some fast box blur into the shape layer that we use for the track matte, and then increase it to kind of smooth out the edge a little bit. Creating good content, just like that. Okay. Okay, that should be okay. That's it. Also, one thing I usually do when it comes to using deep glow is I want to apply some saturation into it to bring back that a little bit of that saturation, and then add it back into the video. Slightly. Let's see any way we can do it. Input threshold. Oh yeah, just play on the threshold a little bit. I think this look good. I want it to look really fresh, look really bright, right? And then the rockets, let's add some drop shadow into it to separate it with the main title. So meant to say drop shadow here. And let's bring it in here increase the opacity in and increase the softness a little bit to 37, and then that look really good. As you can see here, it's kind of pop it out like that. Make sure it look kind of separated, right? Drop shadow is important, man. Drop shadow is something super simple, but it's so creating good content is not a rocket science, right? So now just do the same thing, right? Do the same thing for the rest of the assets. And again, consistency also meant for the asset as well. I mean, for the effects as well. What effects do you want to use in your video? Make sure you have one main one, which in this video is a deep glow, and I want to apply that throughout the video, right? I don't want to use some random effects and then mixing a bunch of effects together. It just doesn't make the video look consistent. I think it's better to just stick with one kind of main effects and then use that as kind of like the main theme of the video. If you want to make everything glow, then make that happen. If you want to make everything look like a texture paper, then stick with that thing, right? And then I already copied the effects, so now just apply it. Boom. Sound good. Okay, so let's delete the hue and saturation here a little bit. Which one is it? Is it the, oh, this is the one. Okay, I had to fix the threshold a little bit. Let's see, light sweep, yep. Threshold should be 0, so it's kind of, yep, that makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is, see, now I've become like quite white. So what we can do there is we have to use curve to bring out that kind of contrast back into the video a little bit, as you can see. So I'm going to go with here and then bring it back just like that. Nicely. Oops, it might be too much. So bring it out. What about in a mid-tone? Go up to give that kind of metallic look into it. And it looked really clean. That looked really clean. And then one last thing, just add the deep glow into here, and we should be done. Okay, so let's see. Creating good content is not a rocket science. So now you can see that everything looked tied together because you used the exact same effects, right? Consistency will build up the scene, will build up the story, and build up everything and make everything look like it belongs together. So make sure consistency come first, right? Consistency, it's really important concepts, right? So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hopefully found this really useful. And if you want to fast track your learning as a video editors and want to land your first clients, you might want to check out Apex Editors, right? Apex Editor is my community full of like 82 like-minded students, or the members that to support each other. Like you can see here, we have a bunch of tutorial that like, oh, this guy just win the clients. He just signed the first clients. Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff here. We have announcement, editing showcase, Q&A, we have tutorial, we have all the assets that you guys need to actually land your first clients and actually start making money with video editings. And in here we have toolkits, we have the foundation. It doesn't matter if you basic, beginner, all that stuff, we cover that in foundation. We also talk about workflow. I go over it step by step, how I edit from start to finish, right? Not even that, it's too much for me to talk about, but we also have viral edits. So I teach you guys how to edit like famous people, for example, like Vox, Iman Gatsby, like all those big names, right? But yeah, a bunch of stuff kind of have it here. And also, if you join in the month of September, and in 7 days, you guys get access to one-on-one call with me, so you can actually book it, click the link, and then I will hop on one-on-one call with you to help you with everything you need when it comes to editing. All right, so if you're interested, just make sure you go there and then click the first link in the description to join the community. All right, thank you so much for watching today, guys. Hope you guys learn a lot of new skill, and then I will see you guys in the next video.